What's going on, Eagles fans? This is your guy, Tone DeShills II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Truly grateful for you guys for always locking in on the content. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content. As you already know, I'm your humble host, Tone DeShills II. Like I always say, super grateful to be here, man. So in love with the people, so in love with this football season thus far, man. Philadelphia Eagles made it to the playoffs. We got the Cowboys this week, even though the energy feels a little different. But 9 times out of 10, that's probably because both teams made the playoffs and there's not really much to fight for except for really seeding position. The seeding doesn't really benefit us too much. If we have that 6 seed, that kind of limits our options in terms of who we can play. If we remain at the 7th seed, then there's a handful of teams that we could play, and I think that's a more favorable situation to be in because we might get the luck of the draw. Uh, and then Cowboys obviously going to make the playoffs. They won the division. We came in second, but it's so interesting when you think about the season in totality because the Cowboys thought that we were going to be dead in the water. A lot of other teams, a lot of other people, a lot of mainstream media thought that we were going to be dead in the water, and we're not. We're alive and well. And you know what they say in Finding Nemo: just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. You can't listen. You can't kill Baby Shark, man. So super grateful to you guys, man. Look, we are over the moon right now. At this point, I'm pretty sure we all look at whatever comes with this team from this point forward as a plus. You think about the way we started off the season, winning that game in Atlanta, and then we dropped the next 2 games, I believe. Yeah, no, scratch that. We dropped the next 3 games. We dropped the 49ers game, Cowboys, then the Chiefs, putting us at 1-3. Then we beat the Panthers, putting us at 2-3. So at that point, you thought, okay, we can turn this around. We ran against some tough opponents. We ran into a gauntlet. Let's bounce back. Buccaneers came to town. We lost to the Buccaneers. That put us at 2-4. Then we lost to the Raiders on the road. That put us at 2-5. And at that point in the season, we all thought we was done. Then comes the Detroit Lions. We go on the road and we laid on them 44-6. And now where are we at? We're at 3-5. Yeah, we're 3-5. Then we lose to the Chargers at home, a very close game. So at that point, we're 3-6. Then we beat the Broncos and the Saints back to back. Now we're 5-6. Then we lose to the Giants, which should have been a gimme game, but we blew it. Now we 5-7. Then we go on a 4-game winning streak, and now we 9-7, and we have a chance. We have a legit chance to finish the season at 10-7. So I think all things considered, when you think about how this season went, man, like you gotta give credit to the team. You gotta give credit to the coaching staff. It's just so hard to believe this is where we are. It really is. Shout out to my man Jadis Young. He said, "What's up? You feel like family to me." LOL. You funny. Can you look something up for me? Hey, depends on what it is. My brother, just let me know what it is. My man Joey Shakes is in the building. What's going on, big dog? He says, "I'm still pitching myself that we have a playoff game, bro." It's so funny when you think about it because we were not supposed to be here. So many publications, so many sports outlets and mainstream media thought we had a bottom tier roster, thought we had a bottom tier quarterback, a quarterback that wasn't even good enough to be ranked in Chris Sims' top 40. Think about that, you guys. Not even the top 40. There's only 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. So you mean to tell me he's not even good enough to be a top 8, top 10 backup? Come on, man. Just absolutely disrespectful. Just disrespectful. But Jalen Hurts, so far, he's proved a lot of people wrong. So far, Jalen Hurts has shown a lot of people that he can play the quarterback position. A lot of people wanted him to change positions, as a matter of fact. A lot of people thought he should try to go for, a wide receiver or go for a running back, because he is built like a running back when you think about his size. My man is 6'1", 6'2", weighs about 220, 225 pounds, able to squat and deadlift like 500, 600 pounds, damn near. Like, that man is built like a tank. He's not built like your average running quarterback. He's much more stockier and appears to be a lot more sturdy than Lamar Jackson. but then he just has a different style of running. He just runs with a different energy than guys like Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray. Not saying he's a better runner, but just different types of runners. He doesn't seem as fast, but he's sneaky fast. He's quick. He's shifty. That's the thing. Very deceptive. But all in all, though, we got to be grateful to be where we are. Anything that happens from this point on is a plus. Now, me personally, I think that we can still win in the playoffs. Call me crazy. But I feel like we could still win. Malik Chris, my man, what's going on, my guy? He says we need to sign another receiver. I definitely agree with you on that. We need to get a guy in the offseason. Maybe Allen Robinson. Not saying he needs to be the number one target, but Allen Robinson is a pretty good possession receiver. You know what I mean? I think Devontae Adams is a far cry because I think he's going to go wherever Aaron Rodgers goes. At the end of the day, he's the only person that he trusts his career in their hands. You know what I mean? Jay Young says, "What's up, Joey Shakes? You got off to see the GOAT, chalk it up sports. LOL, Joey, I'm just messing with you." Hey, listen, it's all love, man. We all go tonight. We all go tonight in our own right. Malik Chris says, should Eagles think about trading for Calvin Ridley? I don't know, man. That's interesting because when you think about it from the Atlanta Falcons perspective, their franchise at this point is Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts. That's it. Matt Ryan, in my opinion, seems like he's on the decline. Other than that, I don't know if they'd be willing to just get rid of a guy that, he is one of their most productive weapons outside of Kyle Pitts. But then again, a team like that, they may be in rebuild mode. You never know. Maybe they may move on from Matt Ryan. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they draft one of these quarterbacks and put him behind Matt Ryan, let Matt Ryan stay for another year, and then they groom the young man. You never know. But trade for Calvin Ridley, that sounds like a good idea. But I guess the biggest question would be, what would they want? Because I'm personally, I know he's proven, but I don't know if I would give up a first-round pick for Calvin Ridley, only because I could just sign a guy. I could sign a guy in free agency, you know what I'm saying? And I could still keep my picks and load up on the defense, surround Jalen Hurts with talent. Jadis Young just told the shows, okay, I got it. So you look Angelo Dawkins. Can you look him up and see if you look like him to do the comparison? That's funny. All right, I'm gonna look it up, Jay Young. I'm gonna look it up. You say Angelo Dawkins? Okay, let me see. See who this is. Oh, he's a wrestler. Man, boy, I do not look like Angelo Dawkins. Stop it. Oh, man, that's funny. Hey, listen, I respect the compliment, but, me and Angelo Dawkins don't really favor each other, my man. But yeah, Jay Young, I'm not too sure about making that move for Ridley because I don't know if I want to give up my first round pick for another wide receiver. Derek Barnett, Atlanta needs a pass rush. Okay, now if you talk about packaging something, then maybe we in business. Maybe a second rounder and throw in Derek Barnett in there. Who knows, right? But I don't think they'll take that deal though. I really don't think. Jay Young, no, I don't, bro. Hey, listen, it's all love at the end of the day, but I don't think I look like Angelo Dawkins at all, my man. But, like I said, this season has just been beautiful from beginning to end because, there's beauty behind the madness. And I'm not going to act like this. We all knew that this season was going to be or go the way it went, but you guys can check my resume. You guys can check my history. I said these Eagles can win 10 games this year. Right now we got 9. Maybe we get that final 10, but I said our floor was 9-8. Our ceiling is 10-7. That's what I said. And right now we're chilling on the flow. And there's a strong chance that we could touch the ceiling. You dig? So that's just what I believe. But Jay Young, don't worry about it, man. It's all love. I know it's all love, bro. Don't worry about that. But just know, me and Angelo Dawkins, we not one of the same. But man, oh man, you got to think about this as well. Coming into this this Dallas week, it feels so strange. It's not being hyped up as much. And I totally get why, though, because both teams kind of don't really have too much to play for. But at the same time, we know damn well, regardless of whoever sits their starters, if Dallas wins, they're going to hold it over our head and say they got the clean sweep. If we win, y'all know we're gonna hold it over their heads. So let's not act like whoever win this game don't matter. We're gonna call it like it is, regardless of the outcome at the end of the day. So we got to keep it real with ourselves first and foremost, because 9 times out of 10, we're gonna hold each other. We're gonna hold everybody accountable. Just how they whooped our behinds earlier in the season. If we smack them this Sunday or Saturday rather, then yeah, I'm gonna hold it over their head. I don't care what the situation or the circumstances is. I'm definitely going to talk my shit. That's an absolute fact. That's an absolute fact. Jamal Marshall says, "What's up, bro? We're gonna get out the first round if we play a team that's not used to physical run game." Jamal Marshall, I'm so glad you brought that point up, right? Because of the simple fact that a lot of people don't get or truly understand the magnitude of how physical we are as a football team. Like this Philadelphia Eagles roster, this team, this offensive line, this running game is very physical, very gritty, very nasty. And a team like the Rams, a team like the Cardinals, you know what I'm saying? Those teams that are smaller up front, those teams that play with more speed, that are more finesse, they're not built to take a pounding like the one we can deliver. Now, here's the caveat, though. We have to find a way to maintain a lead. We can't allow ourselves to get behind. That's the biggest thing. Because if we get behind by 2 possessions or 3 possessions, knowing our style of football, then 9 times out of 10, it's over for us. And that's that's the big thing. We can't allow a team like the Rams or the Cardinals, if we run into one of those teams, we can't allow them to get big leads on us. We have to start out quick. We have to score on the first drive, our first drive, if we kick or we receive, whatever it may be. We have to come out the gates hot, and we can't let up off the gas. We got to keep their offense off the field, maintain time of possession, keep the score within reach, and keep Jalen Hurts' throws between 20 and 30. Because the moment he starts to get above that 30 mark, we start to run the risk of potential turnovers and potential hazardous plays that may happen. So I think it's important for us to, in the first round, we have to come across a team that's more finesse, more speed, a team that's smaller up front so we can dominate them in the trenches and in the run game. That's where our strength will come. Malik Chris says it will help if Jalen Reagor would do something. Yes, it would. It would definitely help if Jalen Reagor stepped up to the plate and had a 100-yard, 2-touchdown game. Who knows, right? But he hasn't really earned the favor of the quarterback, in my opinion. I know Jalen Hurts and his coaching staff try to get him that ball whenever they can. But overall, man, it's not he can't be trusted right now. I trust him in bubble screens, smoke screens, jet sweeps, and I trust him on those short slants. I trust him on the out route maybe, but I don't trust him. I don't trust Jalen Reagor on any throw beyond 15 yards. That's just my honest opinion. My man Castro, Philly the podcast. Make sure you guys go like, comment, and subscribe to Philly the podcast as well. My man Joe Castro is always giving you guys that hot fire. Shout out to his homie Brandon as well. Philly the podcast, one of the dopest sports podcasts that's popping right now, man. I love the new format. I love the new overlay. I love the way he's been approaching the content. Castro always speaks his mind, and Castro been getting a lot of hell lately for his Jalen Hurts takes. You know what I'm saying? Rightfully so. But no, I'm just playing Castro. But I completely understand your sentiment when it comes to Jalen Hurts. At the end of the day, he is proven to be a playoff quarterback as this team is personally constructed. But at the same breath, he does have a few things to work on to be better. We can't ignore that fact. Jalen Hurts right now, he's shown us his floor. And that's the beautiful thing about it, right? His floor is getting you his floor is a wild card quarterback, a wild card team. That's his floor. That's his floor. He's established that now. And at this point, we can't accept anything less. Am I right or wrong about that? That's the thing about when you're, with great power, with great success comes great responsibility. When you set the standard or set the precedent for how you're going to handle things, that's the floor. So from this point forward, I'm actually expecting wild card or better from Jalen Hurts in his career. At some point, I expect him to win divisions. You know what I'm saying? And that's if he becomes the franchise quarterback. For me personally, he's earned next year. And then from next year, I want to see where his game transcends. But shout out to my man, Philly the podcast. That's a real one right there. Jay Young says, yeah, true. If Jalen Reagor did something. Yeah, Jalen has to find a way to be a contributor. And he also has to continue to keep the outside noise from infiltrating his mind. I saw a press conference of his. I think it was from yesterday or earlier today, whatever it may be. But he had a press conference and they asked him about being booed and all that. And, he played it off. He said, I honestly thought it was funny. But at the same time, Derek Barnett pulled me to the side and said, listen, at the end of the day, it's because they love you and it's because they know the game and it's because they pay attention. He said something very specific. He said, the fans booing me is kind of like if coach stop yelling at you, then you got something to worry about. So if the fans booing me, that means that they know I got something. They just waiting for me to turn it on. So same logic, if a coach stop yelling at you, if a coach stop getting on your behind, then at that point, you might as well pack your bags. If the coach stopped yelling at you, he done gave up on you. So if it ever comes to a point where we just stop booing Jalen Reagor, that means we completely gave up on him. So that means the fact that we care a lot about this young man's success and failures mean that we want him to succeed. And I think that's the one thing we got to keep in mind as Eagles fans. We need Jalen Reagor to succeed. It's just that simple. Malik Chris says Devontae Smith can't be the only receiver that's doing something. Absolutely. Let's give credit to Devontae Smith, though. Devontae Smith is having a very, very solid year as a rookie wide receiver in this NFL. Right now, Devontae Smith has 61 receptions on 100 targets. He's played 16 games. He accumulated 875 yards, averaging a little over 14 yards a catch, 5 touchdowns. Longest catch of the season was 46 yards, 15 big plays, which is basically a play or a reception that's 20 plus yards down the field. He accumulated 15 of those. Averaged 54 yards on the season. Averaged 54 yards per game on the season. I would like for that to go up. But when you think about the way this team is constructed and the way we play football, we're a run first team. So these numbers are actually pretty much what you expect from a running team, a run first team. I would definitely like his yak to go up. He has 207 yak yards. I want that to go up for sure. But he's accounted for the most first down outside of Dallas Goedert. He's accounted for the most first down catches on the team. So he moves the chains, and that's something we got to give him credit for as well. So Devontae Smith, super proud of the season he's had. I would love for Devontae Smith to play that final game so he can probably try to eclipse 1,000 yards. It might not happen though. If they do play him, it might be for a first quarter or first half. Maybe they feed him. You never know. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure if he's going to eclipse 1,000 yards just because of the situation. We're in the playoffs now, and there's a chance that we may rest most of the starters. But I think some guys are going to go out there like, I would expect young guys to play like Devontae Smith, TJ Edwards, Alex Singleton. Guys don't really have any lingering injuries, but guys that are young still need those reps. Kenny Gainwell, I expect him to play. I expect Tyree Jackson to play. Who else? I expect who else do I expect to play, man? I expect Milton Williams to play, Teron Jackson. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is though, Devontae Smith, he can't be the only guy making plays. Dallas Goedert has made plays this season. Let's not get that twisted either. But from the wide receiver position, I definitely want more. Quez Watkins, though, his numbers symbolize a third wide receiver, a third option at wide receiver. Quez Watkins has 38 receptions on 55 targets, 563 yards on the season, averaging a little less than 15 yards a reception. No touchdowns, though. He dropped the gimme against the Broncos. His longest catch of the season was 91 yards, so he has big playability. Accumulated 10 big plays on the season. No fumbles lost. Accounted for 21 first downs, 197 yak yards. I expect more yak yards from him as well. But I think Quez Watkins' numbers are fairly decent. I would like more touchdowns, obviously, but I think his numbers are decent for what he's been doing. But he has to take his game to another level as well. Jay Young says, Philly the podcast, long time no see. You don't stream no more. Jay Young says, if it's just me, you don't do streams because I wake up late, so I probably that's funny. Philly says, that's love, bro. I appreciate you, man. You already know how we get down, bro. You already know. Jay Young says this press conference where he said it's just 2 drops. LOL, he was a fool when he said that. Yeah, he was a fool for that. But I understand why he said that, but I still don't like that he said that because those 2 drops cost us the game. But so many other things happened in that game besides those drops that contributed to why we lost. And that's something that we need to also recognize that this team from top to bottom, outside of the defense, didn't come to play. Defense limited them to 13 points. Offense could only put up 7 points, and that was terrible. That was unacceptable. I put that on Jalen Hurts. I put that on the head coach. I put that on everybody. But, I understand why he said that. As a wide receiver, as an NFL player, you got to have a short memory. Jay Young, he says, is it going to snow where you at tomorrow? It's supposed to snow where I'm at. I'm in Philly. I'm in the Mount Airy section of Philadelphia. So it's supposed to snow. We're going to see what happens, though. We definitely going to see what happens. Richie says, if it snows, call Mr. Plow. That is his name. That name again is Mr. Plow. Plow King is just buns. Malik Chris says Milton Williams. He looked good when he gets in. Yeah, you know what? I actually like Milton Williams. So far on the season, Milton Williams has 2 sacks on the season, 27 tackles. You know what I'm saying? 4 tackles for loss, 1 pass deflection. For a guy that gets rotational time, I definitely am pleased with him. But I would like to have more sacks, obviously. But he's not the main guy. But Milton Williams, he gets pressures when he gets in. He's a game wrecker. He's legit. I like Milton Williams, honestly. Not really impressive from a measurable perspective. He's kind of built like BG a little bit. So who knows what Milton Williams may turn into. But he does have great bend off the edge for sure. Definitely versatile. Can play D tackle and DN. He also was definitely a Jonathan Gannon pick. Jamal Marshall says Dallas Goedert is great, but he has to stop it with those key drops, and that's why we have to refrain. And I know I said he's a top 5 tight end, but you can't consider yourself top 5 when you keep making these drops, or you keep having these drops. I feel like Dallas Goedert has a lot of potential to be a top 5 tight end in this NFL. Has a lot of potential, but you can't be. You don't make your money off potential, right? You can't, you don't keep your job based off potential. You keep your job, but you make your money based off of results. Now, him in particular, he did get paid based off of potential. That's a fact. But now it's time to show and prove. Now it's time to lay down the wood and catch the rock and get your job done. You know what I'm saying? I was watching his mic'd up. And his tight end coach went up to him and said, hey, listen, hey, go kill it. Protect that ball, all right? And I think he understands that now. As a matter of fact, in that last game against the in that game against the Washington football team, he came up big. Came up really big. I believe he had 7 targets. Yeah, he had 7 targets, 6 receptions. So he had a very good game, 71 yards. So he cleaned it up. That one miss, I think, was just a throwaway, or maybe just a bad throw or whatever, or just a well-defended pass. But nonetheless, it's important for Dallas Goedert if he wants to be considered in that top 5, because he getting top 3 money. But for him to be considered a top 5 guy, he got to stop dropping that rock, and it's just that simple for me. Ryan Rowe, what's going on, family? Off topic, but Joe Burrow has been sacked 51 times. Really? That's interesting. I'm actually curious now. Like what's the Who leads the NFL in sacks? I'm curious about that. I'm really curious about that. Because, you know, it's important for the quarterback to stay safe, man. gotta stay safe. But Joe Burrow is legit though. They definitely need to add to that offensive line. Offensive line could have been way better, but they made the right decision, honestly, in hindsight, picking Jamar Chase over Penny Sewell. They could have chose him. They could have chose Rashawn Slater, but they chose Jamar Chase and they got Joe Burrow a number one target, and right now it's looking like a beautiful decision. But they definitely need to go offensive line in that next draft because when you think about it, the Bengals are coming. They won the AFC North the first time in a long time. They're coming with a vengeance, man, and they're going to be, they beat the Chiefs, and the way the Bengals are constructed right now, that defense, they play fast, they're aggressive, they get to the quarterback, and that offense, man, they're just as electric as the Chiefs. If you want to really make an argument for it, you know what I'm saying? They got just as much talent on that offense, just as much as the Chiefs. Now, here's the thing about the Bengals. The Bengals got a better running back in Joe Mixon. You know what I'm saying? So the Chiefs, I'll be honest with you, man, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point you might see a Chiefs Bengals AFC championship one day. You never know. Can you imagine that Pat Mahomes versus Joe Burrow? That'd be beautiful. Or you might see a Bengals Chargers joint at one point. Listen, man, the AFC is looking good, especially the Bengals. A lot of talent. But when you compare it to Jalen Hurts' 26 sacks, but Jalen Hurts is more mobile. He can escape. He has more escapability than Joe Burrow. So he's naturally going to have less sacks. I think that's a given. Also, our offensive line is significantly better, but our strength is in the run game versus pass protection. But we still can protect the quarterback. Jalen Hurts makes it a lot easier though. Malik Chris says if Joe Burrow keeps playing like he has, Bengals are going to be a scary team to play. Absolutely. Like, look, they're going to be in the playoffs, right? And this is the season where anybody can get touched. Anybody can make it to these conference championship games. Like I said, don't be surprised if the Bengals make it to an AFC championship. It's very possible. It's so possible. When you think about the playoff scenarios, the Bengals can definitely beat the Bills. The Bengals can beat the Colts. The Bengals can beat the Patriots. The Bengals can beat the Chargers. They've already beaten the Chiefs. Like, it's wide open on both sides. I think the Packers are obviously the best team in the NFL, but still, they're flawed as well. Some people make an argument that they're still very Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams centric or reliant, but it's kind of hard to just write those guys off, man. Right now, based off of the seeding, we're poised to play the Rams, but all that can really change in a heartbeat because the Rams, Buccaneers, and Cardinals and Cowboys, they're all like a win or a loss either way can completely shift the landscape of the seeding. So, it's something to think about for sure. Hey, listen, you guys, we got 10 people on the live stream. I'm super grateful for you guys as always. But first and foremost, make sure you guys smash that like button. It really helps the content move. I'll be so grateful for that. It really helps my channel grow as well. It really shows me that the work I'm putting in is getting through to you guys. And I appreciate all the love you guys always give me. So make sure you guys hit that like button. Now, where was I? Malik Chris says, I think Colts and Bengals are the two dark horses. Absolutely. But here's the thing, though, about the Colts. Jonathan Taylor is going to come in and do his job, right? But do they trust Carson Wentz with the game on the line? That's a big question. That's something we have to think about. Carson Wentz has a habit of playing hero ball. We know that all too well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Carson Wentz handles himself in these playoffs. Will he stay healthy? The guys hit a little harder in those playoffs, so it's going to be interesting to see how the Colts respond. And then the Bengals, man, look, like you said, they're a dark horse. They can easily get to the AFC Championship. They got so much talent. They can throw that ball with the best of them. The only thing that may get in their way is the lack of playoff experience for Joe Burrow. But he has been in the biggest of games and on the college level. But the NFL, guys play a little faster, guys hit a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Things get a little tighter. Those windows turn from a coffee can to a Pringles can. So you got to fit that ball in there. My man Eagles Uncensored podcast. Make sure you guys go like and subscribe and like and comment also on the Eagles Uncensored podcast YouTube channel. Real great dude. Make sure you guys go lock in with him. He says, "Yo, what's good, brother? Eagles football in 2 days and playoff bound. Hell of a way to bring in the new year and hope the family is doing great. God bless." Likewise, my man. Family's doing great. Everybody's doing well. Everybody's healthy right now. No bad news. But you're right, man. Hell of a way to bring in the new year. Eagles are going to the playoffs. We have a winning record. We found our head coach for the next 5 years, maybe. Maybe for the next 5 to 10 years, you never know. Maybe we found our quarterback of the future. That still remains to be seen still, but I definitely think that he has earned next year and can potentially be the franchise guy. And honestly, there's no point for us to draft a quarterback in the early rounds at all. Jalen Hurts is the guy. Now, if you want to draft somebody in the back end, 6th, 7th round, just somebody to groom and develop at some point, just to be a backup, then you do that. But other than that, though, I feel like Jalen Hurts deserves to be the quarterback. That's just my opinion, but he still has some things to work on. But yeah, man, Eagles football in 2 days. I'm gonna be at that game. As a matter of fact, me and my dad and my brother are actually going to that game. The Cowboys. I wish the stakes were a little higher, but at the same time, I'm glad we got our playoff spot. That's why that Giants loss earlier in the season was really a heartbreak, because we possibly could have been competing for the division this week, and that's the interesting thing about it. But nonetheless, we're in the playoffs. It is what it is. And we just got to take the good with the bad. But shout out to my man Eagles Uncensored. Go lock in on his content. Real good dude. Jay Young says, "What's up, Eagles Uncensored?" Malik Chris says, "What do you think about Antonio Brown?" I'm actually glad you brought that up, Malik, because the Antonio Brown situation is very interesting. Now, I've been keeping up with it for a little bit, and Antonio Brown, before his exit from the Steelers, I've always thought Antonio Brown was a consummate professional. Things got a little hectic towards the end of his tenure with the Steelers, but Antonio Brown just always seemed like a lunch pail kind of guy. Was drafted in like the 6th or 7th round, something like that. Wasn't highly drafted or highly recruited at all. Came into the NFL guns blazing, just going crazy, putting up multiple 100-catch seasons, multiple 1,200, 1,300 yard seasons, and the dude has always been legit. But once things got a little hairy in Pittsburgh, then he went to the Oakland Raiders, then the New England Patriots, and now the Buccaneers, and now he's a free agent. I personally didn't like how he handled that situation. Just leaving the game, and also on top of that, taking off your pads and your jersey, and then throwing your shirt in the stands, your gloves, and basically being half-ass naked. Just running on the field like that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, man, that's not a good look. I don't like that, if I'm being completely honest with you. That's something that I just don't really agree with. I don't agree with the way that he handled the exit. Now in regards to the nuance of the situation, as far as Bruce Arians trying to force him to go in when he had a bad ankle and so on and so forth. Look, at the end of the day, the player knows their body better than anybody. So if a player says, "Look, coach, I'm really not good to go," I think it's important for the coach to take his word for that. It's important for the training staff to take his word for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm typically of the mindset of beliefs. Like, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. You know what I'm saying? Like, believe somebody when they tell you who they are. And Antonio Brown has shown us right now that, unfortunately, he can't be trusted as a teammate. You know what I mean? The way he handled the Oakland situation, the Steelers situation, not showing up all week, then showing up in the last game of the season, thinking you're gonna play. That's not a good look at all. It's a way to do business. It's a way to carry yourself. It's a way to get what you want, and I don't think he handled that the right way. I know he came out with a statement and all that kind of stuff. I don't really care about none of that. I'm just of that mindset of, listen, man, be about business when it's time to be about business. Take care of your mentals, take care of your body, and don't make yourself look like an ass. And he just made himself look like an ass. I still believe there's something going on internally, though. I'm not going to jump out on a limb and just say, "Oh yeah, that man got some mental issues." I'm not going to say that at all. But I do believe there's something going on internally. I don't know what it is. He just seems to just be, just doing whatever he wants without repercussion. But granted, he did help the Buccaneers win the Super Bowl. I believe in about 15 or 16 games playing for the Buccaneers. He accumulated just over 1,000 yards, touchdowns, and he's been productive for the Buccaneers. He was instrumental in their Super Bowl run. But right now, AB is not looking like the best teammate right now. Especially when you think about how Mike Evans tried to, bring, Mike Evans and OJ Howard, they tried to reel him in, and he just wasn't having it really, you know. And that's the thing I don't really like, man. I'll be honest, I don't like when I see black men making a spectacle of themselves when they don't really have to. I'll be honest with you, that's just my thing. I don't fuck with that at all. Like, I don't like that. I don't like when I see brothers, you know, making it easy for them to put us in a pigeonhole. I'll be honest with you, I don't like that at all. I take my respect, I take my image, I take my likeness very serious, and it's just really important for us to carry ourselves as such. It's just the reality of the game. Jamal Mitchell says, "I know this is super long shot, but wouldn't it be crazy? Colts versus Birds, Wentz versus Hurts. Yes, that is a long shot, but at the end of the day, we're in the big dance, and anything is possible on the dance floor. You know what I'm saying? You might see that chick that you've been eyeing all year, and next thing you know, you get that opportunity, and it's either win or lose. It's either you want me or you don't. And look, we in the dance, so everybody got their chance. Everybody got their shot at the most beautiful girl in the room. Her name is Lombardi. You know what I'm saying? She shine bright like a diamond. Everybody got a shot at her. Now, sometimes she a little crafty, she a little squirrely. She hard to reel in because the competition is so high. But at the end of the day, as long as if you made it on the dance floor, if you made it to the big dance, at the end of the day, she could leave with anybody that night. But that would be dope though to see Winston Hurts in the Super Bowl. That would be so electric. That might be the most watched Super Bowl of all time, just because of the story, the narrative behind it. You know what I'm saying? The way Wentz left Philadelphia, the way Hurts got brought into the city, the way Hurts has galvanized the city, galvanized the team into a playoff spot. As this roster is presently constructed, when everything was stacked against them, and Carson Wentz, going to a new city, new team, looking for a fresh start, looking for redemption, trying to earn his respect back in the league, and that'd be a hell of a game to watch. If it ever did happen, I think Hurts would beat him out for the simple fact that I feel like Hurts is more of a gamer in big moments. I feel like Hurts just, he knows how to get the guys to rally, and he just makes winning plays. And again, I feel like Carson Wentz is still trying to regain that respect. Still trying to still trying to get that swag back. Jay Young says, I think this is a fact. I don't know, but when other positions go to a different team, I think they do better because of the coaching staff. Like the coaching staff didn't do good for Carson Wentz. So what I think? Oh, so well, I mean, you know, it's interesting because at the end of the day, it's all about situations. It's all about being in that right situation for your game, your play style, for your mentals. And some people aren't built for Philadelphia. Let's just be honest, man. Philadelphia is not an easy city to play in. But if you understand the simple fact that if you play hard, if you give it your all, we're gonna love you regardless. When you playing well, we're gonna shower you with the most praise. We're gonna protect you like our newborn baby. But when you playing bad, we throwing that baby down the well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that simple. But we'll throw some water down. We'll throw down the lifeline. We'll throw down a rope so you can get yourself out of there. You know what I'm saying? We at the top just waiting for you. But like I said, if you're playing well, we'll love you to the end of time. We'll protect you. We'll hold you down. You can do no wrong in our city. Philly cheesesteaks on me, you dig? But when you're doing bad, listen, cheesesteaks on you. Buy your own pretzel and buy your own water ice. Eagles realist, my man, how you feeling, my guy? Welcome to the show. Make sure you smash that like button, especially it really helps the content grow. He says, "What's up, Tone? Just got here. What you think about the Ridley rumors?" I've heard them. A lot of people are asking me about it, and if I'm being honest, it all depends on what they want. It really depends on what they want, because I know we need to rebuild this roster, and if we can All right, so let me look up some things real quick. I need to find out how old Calvin Ridley is. I need to find out how many. I need to find out how many years he got on his contract. I need to know all that. I need to know all that. All right, so Calvin Ridley, he's 27 years old. He's been in the league for 3 years. Wow, he's only 20. He's 27. Only 3 years. So he's still on his rookie deal. Okay, here's the thing about this, you guys. He's going to be looking to get paid. He has a fifth year option. Now, maybe the Falcons don't want to pay him. Maybe they want to move on. But he's going to be looking to get paid. And if we're being completely honest, do we want to lock up that? Do we want to lock up big time money with Calvin Ridley? I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet because we got Devontae Smith. I know it's going to be a while before we have to pay him, but you know, we're in a good spot. We got the money to do so. I'm not against having Calvin Ridley on his team, but it just has to make sense. That's my biggest thing about it. It just has to make sense. If they want like multiple first round, like 2 first round picks or whatever, I'm like, no, you're not getting that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be willing to give them a high second rounder and a player. I'll be willing to give them maybe our latest first round pick, maybe. But again, it all depends on what they're asking for. I think Calvin Ridley would fit nicely next to Devontae Smith. Think about this: Calvin Ridley, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Miles Sanders, and Jordan Howard back there. You know what I'm saying? Kenny Gainwell. You got Quez Watkins in the slot doing his thing, or Greg Ward, whoever wins that position out. Um, I like that. Jalen Hurts, this offensive line, that'd be pretty deadly. I'll definitely give you guys that. But again, it's all about what they want. The deal got to be right. The money got to be right. If we trade for him, we got to resign him. If we trade for him, we got to resign him. He's looking for a payday, and I don't think Atlanta want to give it to him because Atlanta's in rebuild mode. If we didn't lose to the Giants, what would the record be? Well, if we didn't lose to the Giants, right now we would be 10-6. That's what the record would be if we didn't lose to the Giants. We'll be 10-6 right now, and then we'll be fighting to be 11. And then we'll be fighting to be 11-6 with the Cowboys. So that's what the record would be. But yeah, you guys, like, this Eagles team has a lot of rebuilding to do in the offseason still. I feel like we're overachieving this year. I think we need to acknowledge that though. Even though I said we could win 10 games, I feel like when it comes to from a playoffs perspective, we're overachieving a little bit. Um, some guys are playing above their pay grade, like Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? Guys have surprised us this year. You know what I'm saying? Like Jordan Howard and Boston Scott holding it down in the running game. You know, but I guess when you think about it from the perspective of me saying that I know we can win 10 games, 9 to 10 games, I guess we're right on the money. Some people feel like we overachieved. That's what some people feel. You can make an argument that we're actually exactly where we thought we would be. But some people thought we would only win 3 games, 4 games, which is very sad to me. Even fans, like, that's the scariest part about all this. We had fans that actually said we only gonna win 5 games, 4 games, 6 games. I ain't gonna lie, man. That was just plain disrespectful because I feel like from the beginning we was a 9-win at the minimum, 9-win team. That was my whole thing about it. But it is what it is. To each their own. At the end of the day, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. But the injury report for the Cowboys game, Miles Sanders is out. That's official. Landon Dickerson and Lane Johnson are questionable. And then when it comes to the COVID reserve guys, Jannard Avery, Fletcher Cox, Marcus Epps, Dallas Goedert, Nate Herbig, Jordan Howard, Jason Kelsey, Avonte Maddox, Rodney McLeod, Boston Scott, Alex Singleton, Jack Stoll, all those guys are on the COVID reserve list. And then for the Cowboys, they have Trevon Diggs questionable with an illness. Safety Jerron Kearse with a hamstring questionable. Tony Pollard questionable with a foot injury. The other safety, Donovan Wilson, is questionable with an illness. And then on their COVID list, they have Anthony Brown, Francis Bernard, Quentin Bohanna, Tristan Hill, Malik Hooker, Jordan Lewis, the corner, Keanu Neal, Osa Odigajua, Micah Parsons, Tyron Smith, and Nashawn Wright. So, a lot of people wonder, are we going to rest all our starters? Are the Cowboys going to rest their starters, so on and so forth? And, a lot of people actually, from what I'm hearing, the Cowboys are going to play their starters. Now, for how long? I don't know. But I'm kind of on both sides of the coin, right? I'm kind of the mindset of we play some starters, we rest some starters. You know what I'm saying? Play the starters for like the first quarter or the first half, and then let them take a chill pill. I'm a firm believer in momentum, but I'm also a firm believer in taking care of your body. So I feel like those guys that are solidified, like Lane Johnson, like Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, who else? Jason Kelce. Even though I want Jason Kelce to at least snap the first snap the ball so he can at least keep that record going for his for most games started. But all the guys that are solidified, our veterans, let those guys rest. Let Darius Slay rest. Let Fletcher Cox rest. Jason Kelce, Lane Johnson, let him rest. Who else, man? Let Rodney McLeod rest. Let Steven Nelson rest. Let Anthony Harris rest. Who else, man? Let Jordan Howard rest. Unfortunately, I'm on the fence about it, but let Jalen Hurts rest. He gotta get that ankle right. We need him at full strength for the playoffs. Who else, man? Let Dallas Goedert rest. You know what I'm saying? I put it like this. I want all the rookies playing. From the first round all the way down to the seventh rounder. I want all the rookies playing. So you guys be on the lookout for guys like Zach McPherson. Be on the lookout for guys like Tate Gowan. Be on the lookout for guys like who else? What's the other corner? What's the other corner we got? Oh man, what's his name? Is it Kerry Vincent Jr.? I think that's his name, Kerry Vincent Jr. I think we have him as well. Let me double check. Yep, Kerry Vincent Jr. It's interesting, you guys. We managed to snag 3 corners from this past draft class. And there's a chance that any one of those guys could pan out. Zach McPherson, Kerry Vincent Jr., or Tate Gowan. I feel like we have a good, solid foundation at corner. I think we should draft another one just to be on the safe side. Add some more talent to that room. I like Avonte Maddox where he is, of course, in the slot. Who knows if we bring back Steven Nelson? So I actually like the cornerback room. Jay Young says Michael Parsons has COVID. We don't wish any type of COVID stuff, but that will help because so whoever doesn't get chased down by the quarterback's buzz, if you know what I mean. I understand what you're saying, man. It all depends though. Look, at the end of the day, man, the Cowboys can talk all that tough Tony stuff they want. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna rest their valuable starters, man. They're gonna rest them because they're gonna get cocky and somebody gonna get hurt. And I know for a fact they don't want that. I know for a fact they don't want that kind of smoke, man. They really don't. But I was on a live stream last night with Bird Gang, King Kincaid, who else? And my man JC Eagles Talk. And we was talking about what if the Eagles make the Super Bowl. And then I asked the question, would this if we made it to the Super Bowl this year and won, which is a long shot, but anything's possible, right? The wild card New York Giants made it, but nonetheless, if the Philadelphia Eagles made the playoffs, made the Super Bowl and won it, would this Super Bowl mean more than our first Super Bowl that we got with Nick Foles? And I want you guys to answer that question. We got 6 people on the live stream. Make sure you guys smash that like button. If we won the Super Bowl this year, would it mean more than the first one? Or would this one mean more because of what we had to endure? Both seasons, we had to endure a lot. When you think about it from the perspective of the first Super Bowl, our first Super Bowl, our starting quarterback went down, and we were in a situation that was not favorable. A lot of people counted us out. A lot of people, we became an underdog in every game after that. And Nick Foles came in, managed the games to finish the season out so we can get that number 1 seed. And he was fair in that Atlanta game, and then he was lights out ever since then. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that first Super Bowl, that was like storybook. They write movies about that. You know what I'm saying? Like they write movies about things like that. A team that's on fire all season, starting quarterback goes down, backup comes in. What are they going to do? How are they going to bounce back? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if they wrote a movie, if somebody wrote a movie about Nick Foles. I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure the movie ends after the Super Bowl season. Let the movie end there. Let the movie end there. Or if you were to movie by Nick Foles, you could let it end that follow-up season where he took us to the divisional round, and Alshon dropped the ball, and that can be the end of it. But that I think if I really consider it, that first Super Bowl, there's nothing like your first. There's nothing like your first love. You dig what I'm saying? So that first Super Bowl will always be special in my heart. You guys, I cried so bad when we won that Super Bowl. I cried so bad. Listen, let me tell you how the day went. The day was it was a cold day, and it was a little wet outside. It was a little rainy, and I'm sitting in the living room. I'm sitting in the living room with my family, and I was mentally preparing myself for the game all day, just playing, listening to nothing but Meek Mill and Phil Collins, like you know what I'm saying. I'm listening to nothing but hype music and music that'll get me in that vibe. You know what I'm saying. Then when the game came on, and then when they came out, the dreams and nightmares. It was at that moment I knew, oh yeah, we here. And then when I saw Malcolm Jenkins lay Brandon Cooks out, I said, the game has just begun. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, that game was such a moment in time, such a moment in my life, because I thought I would never see an Eagles Super Bowl ever. I'll be honest with you guys. I never thought I would see an Eagles Super Bowl win. When you think about the last time we was in the Super Bowl prior, when we had McNabb, T.O., Ty Pinkston, James Thrash, Freddie Mitchell, Lito Shepherd, Sheldon Brown, Jeremiah Trotter, Javon Curse, you know what I'm saying? Like when we had those guys, who else? Quentin Michael, and we had Brian Dawkins, and you know what I'm saying? When you think about it from that perspective, we had a lot of talent, but we couldn't close the deal. We made that game. That game was competitive through and through, but we couldn't close the deal. And I thought we would never get back there. And we finally did it. And I cried so bad. It meant so much to me. It meant so much to my family. It meant so much to my dad. Me and my dad are thick as thieves when it comes to the Eagles games. We sit with each other every Sunday and watch these games. And I want to keep that going for as long as I can. I'm just so glad that my dad, he'll be 50 years old this month. And I'm just so glad he was able to experience an Eagles Super Bowl before, he met his maker. You dig what I'm saying? Before we all meet our maker. The Eagles Super Bowl meant more than any other sporting event, any other thing in my life, man. I really can't. Besides meeting and marrying my wife, there's no greater feeling than that Super Bowl. I got to be honest with you guys. That was one of the happiest moments of my life. And I will never, ever take it for granted. So if we win the Super Bowl this year, that'd be beautiful. That'd be amazing for so many different reasons, because we proved that we could do it again. Also, we did it with a first-year quarterback that was counted out, that was never supposed to be the starting quarterback. He was betted against time and time again. He was benched in college, and and people didn't think he could ever be a starter, and people doubted his talent and his people doubted him, doubted the team, doubted the city. They called us a 4-win team, and it's like if we won it this year, it'd be beautiful for so many other reasons, man. It'd be beautiful for so many other reasons, But this team is very young. That's the difference. Our Super Bowl winning team, we had a lot of veterans. This year, we got a lot of young guys, and young guys like the experience. NFL playoff football is very different than college playoffs. It's very different. And who knows if those guys are going to be ready for the moment. But I think Jalen Hurts, it's something about that young man that just makes you believe in any and everything he does and says. He carries himself like the consummate professional. Like what happened in Fedex Field when he was walking through the tunnel and the railing fell and he dodged it by the skin of his teeth. That could have been the end of his knee, the end of his ACL, his ankle. That could have been the end of his hip. That could have been the end of him. That would have put our playoff chances through just in the mud. But he dodged it. He was okay, but he made sure the fans were okay as well. He picked everybody up, took pictures, showed love, even though we in this very strange climate, with the virus. But he stayed, took pictures, made sure everybody was cool, and then he penned a letter to the NFL and to the football team, stating that was completely unacceptable and that should never happen again. You put not only the players in jeopardy, you put the fans in jeopardy, and that cannot happen ever again. I would love to see what actions come after that. And I'm looking forward to seeing what actions come after that as well. Jalen Hurts at that moment solidified himself as the leader of this team, of this organization. Jalen Hurts is trying to cement himself as a leader in this NFL. And other players, other athletes in this league, they're going to see that, and they're going to want to play with that guy. That's the thing about having a guy like Jalen Hurts. Other players want to play for him. They want to play with him. He was named to the Pro Bowl as an alternate. 9 times out of 10, he'll play because Tom Brady not going to play in it. Aaron Rodgers not going to play in it most likely. So Jalen Hurts most likely will play in the Pro Bowl, and he was voted in there by his peers. So he already getting the respect from his peers at such an early state in his career. So just imagine him 2, 3, 4 years down the line. He's already starting to solidify himself as one of the leaders, one of the leading voices in the NFL. He's already starting to do that. He's carrying himself as such. You know what I'm saying? Even before he was announced as the official starter, he was carrying himself like a lofty veteran. Doing stuff off the field, taking care of families. You know what I'm saying? Working out with guys in the offseason. He wants to be great so bad, and I respect that. How can you hate a man who wants to be great, who believes he can be great, who carries himself like he's great already? You know what I'm saying? Greatness is a state of mind. Greatness is a state of mind, and when you believe it, you can achieve it. That's facts, you guys. That's a Fendi. But as this season comes to a close, what were some of y'all favorite moments from the season? Regardless of what happened, regardless of the outcome, what were some of y'all favorite moments throughout this season? I can't lie, man. I thoroughly enjoyed that New Orleans game. I thoroughly enjoyed it because it just seemed like Jalen Hurts was lights out. Like Jalen Hurts was just in a zone. He was just in a zone. Like I was watching his chalkboard sessions with Mariucci, Coach Mooch, and they was talking and he was saying it's like I like to get a little freaky. You know what I'm saying? Mooch was like, freaky, what's that? He said, it's like that that it factor. You know what I mean? Like he got swag. You know what I'm saying? He got the juice. He got the gravitas. He got the grandeur to be successful. You dig what I'm saying? What was like one of my favorite moments is when he shook that defensive end, or was it attack? I don't know who it was, But he made that man touch turf, took it right to the end zone. I think it was like a 20-yard run or something like that, 15, 20-yard run. 25 yards, I don't even know, but that was one of my favorite moments of the season. Another moment of the season that was amazing was when Darius Slade took back that pick six. I think it was the Carolina game. That was another amazing moment as well. And then what else was a dope moment? Um, the TJ Edwards pump block against Carolina. That was an amazing moment as well. What else was a pretty dope moment? I'm not gonna lie, week one was a dope moment. Him throwing his first touchdown to Devontae Smith. That was beautiful, man. That was an amazing throw. Um, even though things got a little hairy after that game, but other than that, that was a really great moment. That was a great way to open the season. That was a great way to show us what could be. What else was a dope moment, man? We just hanging out, chilling, kicking it. Uh, another dope moment from the season. Wow, that Denver Broncos game was pretty lit too. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I mean? Uh, another great moment. We down 10 to the Washington football team. We come back and just lay it on them. We come back and just lay it on them straight like that. I forget what the score was in that game. It was 27-17. Yeah, we just dominated. We just dominated from pretty much from second half on. You know, like it's just crazy to think how this team, how the coaching staff was able to just turn it around the way they did. Like I think Nick Sirianni should be a coach of the year candidate. I think Nick Sirianni should be a coach of the year candidate. Like for him to start the season at 2-5, you start the season at 2-5, right? And then from that point forward, you go what 7-2. That's crazy. We went 7-2 in the last 9 ball games. That's heavy, and not just the winning the games, but just being willing to adjust your game plan and mold it to your players and focus on your strengths and just make a total 180 in your philosophy. My whole thing as a head coach, you should never just be one. You should never be a one-trick pony. You should never just have one style of football. Sure, you have things you want to do. Sure, you have things you want to achieve in your offense, but you should always be willing to mold your game planning. Excuse me, you guys. You should always be willing to mold your game planning to your staff, to your players. At the end of the day, as a head coach, as an offensive coordinator, as a defensive coordinator, you can only work with what your GM gives you, and you can only work with what you were in. You can only work with what you have. And I think Nick Sirianni, I believe Nick Sirianni got the most out of this roster this season, and I think that's something that we need to really take into consideration and really be blessed for. Nick Sirianni really squeezed the most out of this roster, and sure, maybe our record would have been a little better if he started sooner, but beggars can't be choosers, and we finally got it. We're in the playoffs, and that's not by accident. Nick Sirianni changed his philosophy, changed the way he approached the game. He started focusing more on getting Jalen Hurts some easy throws and not having everything run through him. Getting the offensive line involved, getting the offensive line moving forward instead of backpedaling all day. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved to see Brandon Brooks and Isaac Samalu a part of this, a part of this resurgence of the Eagles offense. But nonetheless, things happen for a reason. And who knows what the future holds for those two guys. But, you know, overall, man, you got to give credit to this coaching staff. You got to give credit to Nick Sirianni for turning it around. And then Jonathan Gannon, even though I still have my own issues with the way he calls games on defense, we got to give credit we got to give credit where credit is due. He's kept us in games when the offense hasn't been as sharp as it could be. We have to acknowledge that. Earlier in the season, he had quarterbacks having career games. Derek Carr had a career game against us. You know what I'm saying? Um, but when you think about it from that point on, he started to hamper down. He started to really limit offenses. Now, granted, we were going up against pretty mediocre quarterbacks. The best quarterback we went up against in the past 9 weeks was Justin Herbert. That's the best quarterback we went up against. And then after Justin Herbert, you might throw Jared Goff right there. Then after Jared Goff, you might throw Tyler Heineke. And then after Tyler Heineke, you might put maybe, I don't know, maybe Trevor Siemian or Teddy Bridgewater. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. Okay, so yeah, if you had to rank them, you'll put Justin Herbert, then you'll put Teddy Bridgewater and Jared Goff, then Tyler Heineke, Trevor Siemian, then Daniel Jones, and then Jake Fromm and Glennon, like Gilbert at his last. So like we really, the quarterback competition wasn't really that high, but he did exactly what he needed to do with the schedule he was given. And I have to give credit where credit is due. Now, if we're being completely honest with ourselves, there's a strong chance Jonathan Gannon will be here next year because at the end of the day, his final 9 games of this season or his last 9 games, he had the defense playing pretty well, keeping the game within reach whenever the offense wasn't doing their thing. Now, I believe Jonathan Gannon has potential to be a really great defensive coordinator, but he has to be more aggressive in the way he calls games. He has to start dictating the pace, dictating the physicality on defense, making the offense react to what he's doing instead of reacting all the time to what the offense is doing. That's where he has to tighten up at. Jamal Marshall says, I agree, nothing like your first. Yeah, man, nothing like your first Super Bowl, my man. Jay Young says his favorite moment was Lane Johnson caught that TD. That was a pretty dope moment, right? That was amazing. That was hard. He also says, I enjoy when Jalen Hurts juked that guy out for the Saints game for a TD. Yeah, that was awesome. Jamal Marshall agrees. Jamal Marshall says, or how Jordan Mailata was bullying Marcus Davenport in that Saints game. Yeah, he definitely was putting his face in the dirt. Jordan Mailata Pro Bowl snub. I feel you. I feel like he could have definitely been an alternate for the Pro Bowl for sure. Ivan Mims was my guy. How you feeling? Will we win the first game? Are you talking about the playoffs? If so, I think we can still win. I really believe we can still win. Especially, it's all about matchups, right? I'm telling you, all these finesse teams. Look, they don't want to play up. They don't want to play us, man. Because if they play us, regardless of outcome, they're gonna be sore when they go home. That's the thing. These teams that's mainly in the playoffs, especially on the NFC, they're like these Sunshine State Dome teams. Like the Rams and who else? Cowboys and Cardinals. You know what I'm saying? They're all, the Buccaneers, they're all sunshine teams. You know what I'm saying? But they better run up against a Mack truck in these Philadelphia Eagles. They better run up against the waste management truck. You dig what I'm saying? They better get hit with a city vehicle. But to really get hit with some mess. Jay Young says we have young players on our team. Like I want to see them succeed and have a Super Bowl with their young careers. That'd be cool, man. That'd be amazing. That would be amazing. That would be so amazing, man. Like, can you really imagine? Eagle has landed, says Subtone. I'm ready for the real season to begin now, playoff season. Big facts, man. I'm so with you on that. I'm really curious to see who we play. That's my biggest thing, man. I want to know who we play. Like, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't care who we run up against. I really don't. Man. Like, I would love to smack the Rams. I would love to smack the Cardinals. But if we play the Cardinals, I do worry about Kyler Murray's mobile factor. We haven't really played a mobile quarterback this season. let's really think about it. Who was the most mobile quarterback we faced this year? That's the one thing. That's the one thing the Philadelphia Eagles haven't had to deal with this year. They haven't had to deal with too many mobile quarterbacks. The most mobile quarterback we've dealt with this year, you might say, I don't know, you might throw maybe Patrick Mahomes or who else? I don't even know. Maybe Herbert, maybe, or Bridgewater. But other than that, the Eagles haven't faced a mobile quarterback all season. And I think that's something to think about. As a matter of fact, I actually would like to avoid the Cardinals in the first round because we haven't had an opportunity to really play a mobile quarterback this season, and I don't want us to get caught flat-footed up against that. I would like us to go up against a quarterback that's stationary, like a Matthew Stafford, like a Tom Brady, and try to wreak havoc that way. Like a Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott moves a little bit, but he doesn't move nowhere near as much as he used to. Who else? Like, San Fran with Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, I would much rather play a stationary quarterback than a mobile quarterback in the first round. Eagle has landed, says, same here. I don't care who we play. Let's just run the ball and score up on him. Let Hurts do his thing and we'll be fine. That's the thing, too. I think it's important for us to stick to the script. Stick to what we do well. Ivan Mims says, I want all the smoke from whoever. Yes. Yes. That's the energy I'm on. Ultimately, I don't care who we play. Ultimately, I really don't care who we play. I want all the smoke. I want all the pain. You know what I'm saying? I want to lay somebody. I want to put somebody to sleep. You dig what I'm saying? I want to put somebody chin strap in the mud. You dig? Like, this is the kind of football I like. Physical football. Also, you guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. It really helps the content. Please smash that like button on your way in and on your way out. If you just tapping in with the kid, I'm always grateful for the support. Jay Young says, I really want the Colts in the Super Bowl. Who you want if we make it? I want the Colts, dog. Jay Young, don't play. I want the Colts, man. If we get to the Super Bowl, I want the Colts. That's who I want. Give me the Colts. I want to put Carson Wentz's face in the mud, bro. I want the Colts. Bad. If we make it to the Super Bowl, give me the Colts. I'll take it. But it is a double-edged sword, though, because they could beat us. you know what I'm saying? So, got to be mindful. Got to be real mindful. But I'm with you, though. I want the Colts if we make it. That's just how I'm carrying it. Jay Young says, I want to beat their ass, LOL, if we make it to the Super Bowl. Bro, I want to crush them. I want to make that Carson Wentz signing look like the worst signing ever. You know what I'm saying? But, man, winning that Super Bowl, like, I'll be honest, man. Like, I know we're not the most talented team, but when you get into the playoffs, it goes beyond just talent. It's about will. It's about desire. It's about who can stay toughest the longest. You know what I'm saying? It's about who can win in the trenches. It's about our guys versus their guys. Physicality, blood, sweat, and tears, passion, belief. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about when the playoffs. And in the playoffs, it's not even about talent no more. It's about will. It's about will. It's about who can last the longest. You feel what I'm saying? It's about who the nastiest, who the grittiest. You know what I'm saying? Who the grimiest. That's what it's about when you get into the playoffs. Nobody care about that finesse. Nobody care about all that high flying. No, it's not about that. It's about laying the wood down. You dig what I'm saying? That's what it's about. And that's what this team is built on. This team is built on physicality. This team can win in the trenches on both sides of the ball. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we got some talent sprinkled around. Let's keep it real about that. Ivan Mims says, we're the scariest. You damn right, Ivan. Reed 223, my man. Welcome to the live stream. Make sure you hit that like button, bro. He says, Tone, was the Super Bowl year a blur to you? That was the definition of a magic carpet ride. Hey, listen, man, that's a beautiful way to put it. That is definitely the definition of a magic carpet ride, man. It's like, I can't even begin to imagine. I can't even begin to think about it, man. But it's funny. I got this Snapchat story of the Super Bowl that that day we was in the Super Bowl, man. And there was so much build up, man. Like you know what? I'm gonna see if I can pull it up and show you guys. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna see if I can show you guys, man. Like my Snapchat story when I was watching the Super Bowl with the family. Like it was lit, man. It was lit. Let me see. Here it is. Jay Young says, honest question, who do you think will win the Colts or the Eagles, because we play them next year, right? I didn't even look to see who we play next year, but I think we could beat them. We could beat them, man. And the Colts got a better defense. I give you that. They got a much better defense than us, but we could beat them. I'm taking my team any day of the week, Jay Young. If it's one thing you know about me, I'm taking the Eagles in every game. I don't care who we play. I'm taking us. I'm putting my money on us. I don't care who we play. I'm putting my money on us. That's just how I'm living, though. I'm just diehard like that. You know what I'm saying? But you right, man. Like it do feel like a blur a little bit. It happened so fast. I want to show you guys something, man. Like I want you guys to watch this Snapchat story if I can pull it up for you guys, man. Like it was crazy. Just look at this, man. It was crazy.
Oh yeah.
This is the Super Bowl, man. We was with it.
Dead serious. Come on. We dead serious.
Yep.
We here. Yeah.
Oh, I was with the game. I was lit. I was lit this game.
I've been waiting for this
moment so long in line.
This shit fucking rocking.
Yep.
We fucking here. Woo! Yo, this play was amazing. Oh my God, Nick Foles got hands. Oh my God.
Yep.
Yo.
I'm gonna try to fix this, man. That joint was crazy. I was lit that game, man. I was on pins and needles. Man. Hold on, I'll get it back up, man. I made a boo-boo.
Oh yeah, forget
yeah. See if I can get it up for you guys, man.
This shit fucking rocking.
There we go. Look at this.
We fucking
I was in my bag. Look at this.
Woo!
I'm telling you, when it came out the meek, I was lit.
It was amazing.
The Philly special,
God,
come
Nick
on.
Foles got hands.
Come on, man.
My God. Woo! Yo, we so close. Oh my God, we're so close. We're so close. We're so close, y'all. Oh my God, we're so close. One more play. I think I'm about to pass out. Please bring it home, Philly. Please. Super Bowl! We won a Super Bowl! We won a Super Bowl! We won a Super Bowl! Oh, we won a Super Bowl! We won a fucking Super Bowl! Super Bowl! We won the 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 Super Bowl! Oh my God! This can't be real! This can't be real! This can't be real! Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm proud! Let's go, Eagles!
Trophy to the city of Philadelphia.
Vince Lombardi.
Oh, man.
His name under the coach. Vince Lombardi.
What an amazing turnaround for your organization.
Nobody wanted to believe me. The best Eagles roster in the past 20 years. I told y'all niggas. I told y'all.
I was
we had
y'all.
the best offensive and defensive and special teams roster in the past 20 years.
Look at
we
my
ain't never had a
voice.
squad this good. Listen, man. We deserve this. The city deserves this. Those players deserve this. This organization. Come on.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you all a story.
This is the morning after.
Fan since 1994. I was
This the
born in
morning after.
1994. This is all I fucking know. The other day, I needed me a new jersey. I decided to buy me an official Super Bowl 52 Zach Ertz jersey. I took a chance on the guys. I didn't know we was gonna win, but we fucking did it. And we held on. And we did it against Tom motherfucking Brady. Oh man. God is so good. So good. I don't know about y'all, but it's something about today that just feels amazing. So fucking amazing.
Oh man, and I bro, the morning after I went to the closest deli, the closest donut shop. I bought a newspaper, man. I still got that newspaper to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like that is legendary. Like we are forever immortalized. We are forever in Canton. We are enshrined. We are like, you can't never take this away from us, man. You can't never take it away from us. So it's like if we ever do it again, oh my goodness, man. See, that's why it's like, when you're a team like the Patriots that's so used to the spoil with winning or whatever, like, man, like man, I was not playing, man. We deserved that. We deserve that, man. I'm not even gonna cap. Not even gonna cap. We deserve to win. We deserve that game, like the newspaper and all that. I was so proud of us, man. I was so proud of us. What's some of y'all favorite moments from that day? What did y'all eat that day, man? What's some of y'all favorite moments, man? What y'all eat for dinner? What's some things y'all remember from that Super Bowl day, man? Because like I just can't get over how spectacular the feeling was. And we could do it again. It's not impossible now. There's so much parity in the NFL. We can do it again. Do not get it twisted, y'all. We can definitely do it again. But that's just me, though. That's just me. I know y'all feel the same way, man. Like, do we believe Jalen Hurts could potentially take us to a Super Bowl one day? That's the kind of question we got to ask ourselves, man. Like, do we believe that he got it in him? Jay Young says, I don't remember what I ate. He said, I don't remember what I ate. Jamal Marsh says, if Alshon caught that pass, we probably repeat it. Bro, I believe that. I firmly believe that, man. Because that Patriots offense was trash. Like, the Rams was trash, man. The Rams did not deserve to be there at all, man. Like, we was bro, I believe if Alshon catch that pass, man, we do it again. I really believe that. Richie Mack says DB96 recovered the fumble, which is why I give every chance in the world to turn it around. Wish that was Trent Cole, though, but his time was done. Man, Trent Cole, one of my favorite Eagles of all time. I love Trent Cole, man. I used to love his celebration because he was he's an archer. He does archery in his spare time. He's an outdoorsman. So, man, Trent Cole, like that guy, man, I love everything about Trent Cole. Trent Cole was my man. I'm so glad you brought him up, Richie. But no, you're right. Like Derek Barnett, he recovered the fumble. And we got to give him credit where credit is due. Derek Barnett is a Super Bowl champion, won in his rookie year. We got to give Derek Barnett credit. He showed up, when it mattered most in that Super Bowl season. But I'm not sure if they're going to resign him. I'm just not sure. If they do, it's going to be on a team-friendly deal. Jay Young says, how did you not get a headache when you screamed? I asked everybody this when they scream. When you won a Super Bowl with the team, bro, I don't know, man. When you got so much passion in your blood, when you got so much energy, so much adrenaline, you don't even feel it until the morning after. You know what I'm saying? Eagle has landed, says Buffalo wings, cheese fries, junk food, favorite moment. Just feeling we were going to win while the game was being played, especially after the Philly special. Yeah, it just seemed like the way the game was trending. It was one of those things like yo, you can just feel it, right? You can just feel the energy. You can just feel the momentum shifting in our way constantly. Whenever the Patriots were never in full control of that game. Never. They were never in full control of that game. And then when things got a little hairy in that fourth quarter, Nick Foles drove down the field and scored a touchdown. You dig what I'm saying? Like, not once did the Patriots have full control of that game. I felt like we dictated the pace. We dictated physicality. We dictated the scoreboard. I felt like, that was a pure offense game. And Nick Foles went blow for blow with Tom Brady, and he just got it done, man. I got to give credit to Nick Foles. I got to give credit to Doug Peterson. Got to give credit to Carson Wentz for helping us get that 13-3 record. Got to give credit to Nelson Aguilar leading the team in receptions that day on the Super Bowl. Got to give credit to Corey Clement for putting up 100 yards and the touchdown. Got to give credit to Alshon Jeffrey scoring that touchdown deep ball. You know what I'm saying? Got to give credit to the D-line, Fletcher Cox, BG, most importantly. You know what I'm saying? Derek Barnett, Chris Long. Got to give credit to the linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Like Kamu Grugier-Hill and Hicks. You know what I'm saying? Got to give credit to who else, man? Like, the corners. Jalen Mills, Rodney McLeod, you know what I'm saying? Ronald Darby, like, I got to give credit to the guys, man. Did we have Ronald Darby that year? I can't remember, but got to give credit where credit is due. Got to give credit where credit is due, man. Like, yep, he was there. Okay, Ronald Darby was there. So yeah, got to give credit, man, to the Most High. Patrick Robinson, yes. Shout out to Reed, shout out to Reed 223, man. Patrick Robinson, you know what I'm saying? Jamal Marshall says, can't lie, Howie put together a nice squad that year with those free agent additions. He did. Jay Ajayi, LeGarrette Blount, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like Nigel Bradham, like just a hell of a season. Richie Mack says, Valentine's Day, one day after the Super Bowl, Eagles can give the Philly faithful a gift if they can go on a playoff run. Yo, Richie, you ain't never lied, bro. You ain't never lied. Reed 223 said, yep, you're right, man. Nigel, like, we can't, like that Super Bowl season was one to remember, man. That Super Bowl, like, wasn't that Super Bowl one of the most watched Super Bowls ever of all time? Like, I'm trying to think, like, if I can find a ranking. Like, I gotta find that out, man. I gotta find that out. Still to this day, wow. Still to this day, you guys, the most watched Super Bowl in history is Super Bowl. Hold on, let me see. Okay, let me see. I gotta find this out. Okay, here we go. The 5 most watched Super Bowls ever. So number 1 is Super Bowl. What is this? 59 or 49? No, the Super Bowl 49. The most watched Super Bowl was in 2015. I think that's Super Bowl 49. Yep. The most watched Super Bowl was Super Bowl 59. That was the Patriots. That was the Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. That was when the Patriots had uh, picked off Russell Wilson on that final play. The second most watched Super Bowl was when the Seattle Seahawks beat the Broncos. The third most watched Super Bowl was the Broncos versus the Panthers. That was when Von Miller won the Super Bowl MVP. What else, man? The fourth most watched Super Bowl is when Tom Brady met Eli. He lost. The fifth most watched Super Bowl was Super Bowl 51 when the Patriots beat the Falcons. All right, here we go. Man, that Eagles Super Bowl will forever be in history, bro. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy, man. But look, you guys, it was fun kicking it. You know, it was fun kicking it for the time being. I appreciate the love. I appreciate y'all support. Make sure you guys smash that like button. I'm always grateful for y'all, man. I love kicking it, love talking football. I consider you guys some of the smartest fans, out here, man. Some of the smartest supporters in this football game. And we got the Cowboys on Saturday. I'm gonna be at that game. I'm gonna be live streaming at the game. I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be at the game. I'm gonna be tailgating. I'm gonna be talking to the people. Make sure you guys be on the lookout for that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a hell of a game. But I appreciate y'all. We in the playoffs, y'all. This is gonna be amazing. Listen, any given Sunday, anything is possible. Y'all know at the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, it's fly Eagles fly. I'm your boy Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got charged to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, most importantly, stay hungry. And y'all already know how we get down, y'all. Fly Eagles fly. And we out of here.